This is definitely one of my favorite places we have woken up so far because I opened the door to this. Amazing. So it's been a minute since I've done a video on the trip, and that's mostly because I've been visiting friends in Alabama, so I've just been kind of hanging with them at their house. We worked yesterday and I'm taking off today, so I'm bringing the dogs to the park. Here's little Ashy. Before we hit the road. We're honestly not going very far. So I'm in Decatur, Alabama, and I'm basically gonna go back north just a little ways towards the border. And I'm planning to park at this trailhead. There's a trail I want to check out like near the border of Tennessee and Alabama. And then after that, I'm going to head towards Chattanooga, and then I'm going to visit some family. And then I'm going to head into North Carolina. So this whole little section of like Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, there's actually quite a few people that I know and I'm visiting. So I won't have as much time in the van. But then after I visit the last person in, I think they actually live in Alabama, but close to Atlanta, Georgia, then I'll have a lot more time in the van as I go further south into Florida. Okay, so in some areas of the parking lot I get like 2 or 3 bars, so this is perfect. I'm excited. It is kind of next to a relatively traffic road, but I feel like that's gonna die down once it's like 9 p.m. So we should get a good night's sleep and we can go on a hike tomorrow morning. So we are at a hiking area called the Walls of Jericho. We did not go on the actual Walls of Jericho trail yet. I think we might do that tomorrow because I'm planning on camping in the trailhead parking lot. We'll see, because in the place that I parked, there's only 1 bar of Verizon service, so I'm not sure if that's enough for me to use my hotspot or not for work. So we'll kind of feel it out, and hopefully it works out, because there's not a lot going on, or there's not a lot in this area outside of this specific trailhead parking area. So I feel like every time I say I'm gonna stay if there's good enough service, there's never good enough service. So there was like decent service, 2 or 3 bars in the parking lot of that Walls of Jericho trail, but then it started to storm and then the service just completely cut out. It went to like no service or SOS mode, and so I was like, I can't work. So I drove to the nearest town, and they have a Walmart that you can park overnight at. So I'm still probably gonna try to hike that tomorrow, or maybe I'll work during the day and then go park there tomorrow night and hike then, because I have an interview for the podcast, so I need really good service for that. Yeah, so we're just kind of play it by ear, but I do want to check out that trail. That might have to be a weekend venture. We will see. But that's one thing that has really, one of the only things that has really been getting annoying is that I need good enough service to work, and sometimes it takes a lot of time to find a place to park that allows overnight parking and will be good enough for me to do that. But it's all good. We found a place finally. So we are still in Alabama, Stevenson, Alabama. And we are at this city park. It's huge, really beautiful. It's just on this water right here, and there's a big road that wraps around, so there might be other parking areas, but we're gonna post up here for the day. And after our parking fiasco yesterday, I just kind of want to work and then chill tonight because I have the interview at like 5 p.m. What time zone am I in? Central time. So that'll give me a chance to cook. The dogs can be out of the van, and there's a dog park just up the road and hiking trails right through here. So we'll have plenty to do, and I love the view. I am doing my first interview in the van, and my setup, I was going to set up in the back, but my service is better in the front, so I thought maybe the interview would run a little bit more smoothly. So I'm like holding the microphone. Wish me luck. Hey, good boy. Good boy. All right, let's do a little nighttime chat before it gets too dark and cold. It's a little chillier tonight than it has been. So I left Alabama. When did we leave Alabama? Yesterday. And we camped in Tennessee last night. We found a good spot. Here's Ash. I don't know what he sees. We're still in Tennessee. Trying to think where. Just outside of Cleveland, there is the Cherokee National Forest. So we just drove around until we found a spot that had good enough service for me to work. It's kind of just like this overlook that is really nice. So since it is Friday, we will probably bike in the morning. I have to fix my chain, so it depends how long that takes. So I'll fix that in the morning. I'll probably drive to a different area to park, and then we will bike in the morning, and then I'm going to visit my great aunt and uncle. They live probably 2 hours north of here in Tennessee. So it'll be a really good day. I think it's supposed to be a little cooler than it has been. When I was in Alabama, it was actually pretty warm. Like the high yesterday, I guess I was in Tennessee yesterday. Regardless, the high yesterday was around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, really warm. So the dogs had fun swimming yesterday, and today they just did kind of like a lot of running. So they are pooped. There is Leo chilling. He's all wet, so he needs to dry off before he gets into the van, or at least as much as possible, because it's a small space and I don't want the bed all wet. Yeah, I don't have much else planned, so we just got into North Carolina from Tennessee. We drove on the, I think it's called Tail of the Dragon, like Deal's Gap is like a famous motorcycle road. We drove on that, which is really cool. Very windy, slow driving. And we found this free camping spot in the National Forest. There's quite a bit of trash, so we're gonna pick that up. We walked around a little bit, looked at a couple spaces, and this is one of the few ones that has like a pull-up right to the picnic table and isn't just for tent camping. So probably the best option, but it's really cold. It's like 35 or something like that. So back to the cold weather. We had some really nice days in Alabama, but chilly today and probably tomorrow. This is definitely one of my favorite places we have woken up so far, because I opened the door to this. Amazing.